Mac and cheese week, day 3, 4. Well, I think I'm gonna redo the sticky mac at some point just because it wasn't up to par. But today we're gonna be doing egg and bacon mac. Some brekkie mac. Because you know, mac and cheese can be eaten any time of the day, and it really should become your whole diet. It's quickly becoming mine. Today's mac, we're doing cheddar and a low moisture mozzarella. We also got some hickory smoked bacon and some eggs that came straight from a cloaca. I'm grating my cheeses and I'm using 70% cheddar and 30% mozzarella. I probably could have gotten away with just using cheddar, but I wanted it to be mostly cheddar because I like cheddar with my breakfast. Then I'll weigh out my milk. It's 1:1 cheese to milk by weight. As always, I'll have a scaled up version of the recipe in the description. The milk gets heated to a simmer while we weigh out our sodium citrate, and our sodium citrate is 2% the weight of our cheese and milk combined. Then I'll add everything to a blender. Feel free to use any garlic or spices that you might want to try out in the cheese sauce. This gets blended together until it's a beautiful cheese sauce. After that, I chopped up my bacon, and I also added a small amount of water to render the fat more evenly. As the bacon was cooking, I started prepping a topping for our mac and cheese. Feel free to grate a bigger potato. These are just the ones I had. After the potato was grated, I pressed it in between 2 paper towels to get rid of any excess moisture. And I also tossed them in a small amount of starch. When I was done with my potatoes, my bacon was ready to be taken off the heat. I strained my bacon and I added my bacon fat back to my pan along with just enough fat to fry my potatoes. My fat reached 150 degrees. I added my potatoes, making sure to stir them a little bit so they don't stick. And I removed those mamba jambas when they became a nice golden brown. Make sure you season them right away. I used salt, pepper, and some spicy pepper flakes. When our potatoes were done, I cracked a couple of eggs into a bowl, beat them with a fork, and added a small amount of salt. They went into a hot pan with some butter and scrambled. Try not to over scramble them because they do have a little bit more cooking to go. After our eggs, we gently rewarm our cheese sauce. We add our noodles. These are just leftover noodles from yesterday. Then our bacon. Once completely warmed through, we'll add our eggs and some shredded cheese or soft mozzarella for cheese bowl. Load this up into a ramekin or a baking dish. Top with potato crisps and shredded cheddar. It can get baked in an air fryer or a 375-degree oven for a couple of minutes until the cheese melts. And you're ready to ingest this cheesy wonder. Holy shit, that's everything I wanted it to be and so much more. I think I'm in love. Holy shit. If you had like a diner and you decided to serve this, this is like every best part of a diner put into one. I think your diner would become just famous overnight. I think that's my favorite so far. I can't find too much wrong with this mac, apart from maybe the eggs. Sometimes eggs can leach just a little bit of moisture, and I think that made the sauce a little bit more wet than when I put it in. But other than that, it's 10 out of 10, fantastic. Thanks for watching. If I get 500 subs by the end of the week, you get a second week of mac and cheese week in a row.